He's back!
Alright, what is good? It's your boy Shimmy. Yes, we're back with some more blood One Piece. Lock the in. Yes, you. Now let's get into it. Boom. So if you don't remember last episode, Kuma officially goes through his last treatment and loses his mind. He becomes a full robo. Now we cut to Vegapunk and he's just sitting on the ground and Bonney pulls up on him. You've seen everything, didn't you? Yeah, I seen it all. They really put my pops through the mud. And she goes and gives Vegapunk a hug. So Vegapunk goes and pulls out a necklace that Kuma got for her for when she turns 10 years old. He tells her, bear shit is happening right now on Egghead. We're low-key cooked. CP0 pulled up. I turned on myself. There's a lot going on. But the Straw Hats came and saved me. But Bonnie's like, hold on. Luffy's the son of Dragon, no? And Vegapunk's like, yes, you didn't know? This is nepotism piece. Somebody is always somebody's father. And he tells her everything that's been happening. Now we cut to the present, and all we see is the Marines with AK-47s with the green beam aimed at Bonney while she's still being held by this big ugly monster. Sanji's there like, damn, I can't move, what is going on? I guarantee you if Tyler was getting held by Saint Saturn, Sanji would be able to move. Frankie and Vegapunk can't move either. It's looking grim, all they can do is yell and hope that Bonney breaks free. And we finally see Luffy and bro looks cooked. Bro is begging for food. This is deadass how my homeboy looks because he hasn't had play in years. Then we hear a report in the air that Sentomaru's officially been captured. I mean, Big Mom Ting, without the pacifistas, he wasn't gonna do shit anyways. Then Saturn looks at Bonney and he says, your pops is dead as hell, he ain't coming back. Now we cut to off the island and all these people are reading the newspaper and it says the island is more surrounded than Ohara. And in the news it really says Luffy's holding Vegapunk hostage. Like, yeah, there's no way Garp saw this shit and said, yeah, you know what, let me work for the Navy. Like, alright bro. And I swear Big News Morgan only cared about real news. This guy's a sellout. And we cut to the man who waits, Dragon, and he's like, damn, where would Kuma go right now? But we all know where he'd go. He'd go to save Bonney even if he was a robot. Like, dog, go save your members. What are you doing? At this point, you're number one on the fraud watch because how are you the most notorious criminal in the One Piece world and you haven't done shit? Now back to Bonney. Saint Saturn's holding her like a french fry and bro says, ready to meet King Von and your pops in the afterlife? And the Marines get their guns ready. Saturn gets ready to end her, but she says, fuck you, I ain't going out like no hoe. She uses distorted future, Nikka-like future, and gives Saturn a rude punch. But that shit does nothing. Hold on, was that your attack? The hell was that? You wanna try again or something? She's like, damn, again? Am I actually on fraud watch now? But he squeezes her harder and he says, you really are his daughter. How the hell you know that name Nikka? But you don't really know what that means, do you? And Saturn realizes she hasn't made the connection yet between Luffy and Nikka, which I don't know how she hasn't done it, but then I just remembered the girl is like 12 years old, so fairs. Now on the ground we just see Luffy and he's having a whole mukbang. Where the hell did he get all his food from? Even Saturn sees that, he's like, hold on, which one of y'all weak ass niggas gave him food? Go put the man in cuffs. And it pans to Kizaru. Don't tell me bro came and helped Luffy out. I always knew he would join us. Bonney tries to use her power again, but she can't even change her age no more. And Saint Saturn says, you wanna know why you can't change your age? It's because that power is something I gave to you.
What do you mean by that?
We get a flashback and we learn bro did an experiment to see if you could give a child the power of a devil fruit without making them eat it. Basically he experimented on her mother to make this work. He says, yeah, the experiment to give you the devil fruit was a success, but that fruit is shit. Now with her power, she can change into any version of herself that she believes in, but the less she believes in her future, the less she can use her power. He tells her, yeah, that disease that your mom had, yeah, that was all because of me. I experimented on her, and I'd do that shit again. I'm not gonna lie, this is some Aizen level manipulation. Bro really ruined her whole life. And Kuma's too. Like, I'm telling you, a buccaneer must have brucked his gal. That's all I'm gonna say. And we learned she was someone's 8th wife? Huh? Yeah, this is crazy. After hearing all that, Bonney just starts to crash out. But then someone finally lands on the island. The Marines are like, what the f is that? Vegapunk gets pissed and says, you really experimented on a family? Are you okay? Is everything okay in your brain? Vegapunk's really yelling like he's not a part of the problem. But Saint Saturn says, put yourself in my shoes. Why the hell would I care about the feelings of an insect? Like, bro really said this while he has spider legs. Like, okay. Now we see Kuma, who just arrived on the island, and bro is bleeding and he's glitching. The Marines are like, what the hell is a pacifista doing here? Hold on, that's the real Kuma? But he's here on smoke. Bro does a full Zoro shot and shoots a building, but the Marines are trying to pack him up. So the Marines make a report. They're like, guys, Kuma is here on this island and the authority chip is not working on him. We are cooked. The man is coming for us. And we just see the man shooting more blasts. Now back to Bonney. She's still crying. Shorty's ready to give it all up. She drops her hand too. But Kuma is sprinting like he's Usain Bolt. He's running and he's just getting hit from all angles. Bro is not even trying to dodge and he gets hit to the ground. He gets back up and he keeps running. He's tanking all these shots. He's not stopping. But Bonnie's at her breaking point. Shorty's like, I'm ready to go. Take me. And she just starts bawling. Saturn says, hey, this little shit won't shut up. Somebody shoot her in the head. So they all get ready to shoot her, but last minute, Kuma comes in, destroys the Marines who are gonna shoot. Saturn throws Bonney to the ground and says, you know what, fine, I'm gonna do this shit myself. He gets ready to stab her, but Kuma comes in and blocks it. W pops, man. This shit is sad, but that's real. He puts Bonney on the ground, but Saturn says, fine, bitch, I'll kill you too, and he goes to stab him in the back. But Kuma just grabs his leg on some nonchalant dreadhead shit. Saturn's like, Vegapunk, the hell is going on right now? But Robo Kuma starts to remember everything in his life. He remembers 90% of the shit in his life that went wrong is because this old bastard Saturn. I don't know what's going on with this guy. So he jumps at him, puts on the ornament hockey, and hits him straight in the dome, knocking him down. Like, good bitch, that's what you deserve. Okay, small intermission before next episode. Go grab a snack if you need it. Let's get into it. So Saturn goes flying through hella buildings, and the Marines are like, what the hell is happening? No way Kuma did this. He punched out one of the 5 elders like, yes, bitch, these hands are rated E for everybody. We don't care if you're a senior citizen or not. The Marines are like, nah, we need to go rescue Saint Saturn right now. A slave really punched the man at the top. And the Straw Hats are literally watching like, damn, Kuma was always this strong? But after that attack, Kuma's tired, bro falls to his knees. That really took everything out of him. Somebody tell me, where are we ranking full power Kuma right now? Is he Yonko Commander 1? Is he Admiral level? Let me know in the comments. Now with Saint Saturn being on the ground, all the Mandem can finally move again. Sanji's like, alright, here's the plan. Let's go get Bonney, you go get Kuma, and let's cut. We don't need to be here no more. But then as they're running, Kuma gets up and Sanji's like, hold on, we're about to enter a cutscene. Vegapunk is like, how the hell is he moving right now? And we just see Kuma barely walking, glitching, going all the way over to Bonney. She's bawling, but he picks her up. And finally they hug. This is actually sad. Like, when was the last time he's really seen Bonney? But Vegapunk is like, what the hell just happened though? I attached a total shutdown switch to Kuma and they pulled that switch and he's still moving? The man should be a vegetable right now. With no free will and no ability to even carry out orders. Is this the gods of plot armor, aka Oda? So he starts to think, maybe this ain't some scientific thing. Maybe just the Buccaneers really got that dog in them and they can just get past some crazy shit like this. We pan to Kizaru and he's like, it's finally over. Like, it's okay, bro, drop the act. We know you held up the Mandem. We know you really fuck with us. Now the Marines are looking around and they're like, hold on, where is Straw Hat Luffy? And with all that confusion, the man dipped quickly. Now we get a touching moment and Bonnie's talking to her pops and she says, I saw all your memories, gang. You wrote me all them letters. And my mom was fine as hell. I'll be real, you should have cracked that. Everyone calls you an evil tyrant, but I know you the realest alive. But then something happens right behind them and boom, black lightning starts appearing everywhere and the buildings start breaking. This ugly old bastard Saint Saturn appears again. But bro's bleeding. But bro's injured, he's bleeding. The man lost his arm, word to Shanks. And he really just took out half of those fodder Navy people for no reason. Frankie's like, hold on, Kuma's attack actually had effect. He gets up and he's like, hey Vegapunk, how the fuck do you explain this little You knew better than to go against us? Shit, I'll be real, it's fuck you but I ain't do this. Maybe this is the power of love. And bro says, oh, so it's a flaw of the human form. An error in programming. Like, alright bro, are you not a human? I guess you're not a human looking like that. He says, I ain't got no more use for you. And he starts to regenerate. Don't tell me he's part Namekian too. Sanji's like, how is he even doing that right now? He goes to stab Kuma again, but Sanji comes in and kicks his leg away. Frankie pulls up and says, "I'm not a part of the weak trio no more," and shoots a beam and it goes right through him, turning him into a hollow. But Kizaru says, "I'll be honest, y'all have grown. But let's just see how much you've really grown." Boom, Kizaru goes in with the quickness, goes right behind Frankie, gives him a rude kick to the face, knocking him to the ground. Somebody come help my dog. Now they have a problem. Kuma's not moving no more, and they're trying to dip, so one of the Vegapunks carries him away. Now Sanji and Frankie go to face Saturn again, but Vegapunk's like, "Nah, y'all go, I got this. Like, you and I both know you don't got this." Kizaru pulls up and he's like, "Bro, you're about to let them go just like that?" And Saint Saturn says, "Yes, the only Straw Hats we're worried about is Luffy, Zoro, and Robin. These other guys are not real threats." And then his wounds heal again. Like, bro, what type of double fruit does this guy even have? I'm confused.
How do you do that?
Kizaru goes to Saint Saturn and says, "Alright, all the men on the playing field are here. It's time to end this for real." Vegapunk says, "You ain't got no heart for real, bitch." "Hell nah, you right, I ain't got no heart, but listen, I'd rather be crying in the Maybach than a Toyota Camry. And you know what? I'm not even mad at that. If they're providing you the Maybach, shit, join the Navy." And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, a buster call has been activated and all the warships are on their way to turn this place into Shibuya. Vegapunk's like, "Hold on, a buster call? Are y'all serious right now? This was never that deep. Maybe we can just go back in time, I can work for y'all again and act like nothing happened." Saint Saturn's like, "We got people on this island who studied ancient secrets, and they shouldn't have. We got people who possess lost blood who should be dead, and we got people who awaken the power of gods. All these guys are problems. They need to die today." Alright, that is all for the video this week. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Appreciate all the love, all the support. Let me know what you liked about the video. And yeah, we're gonna keep doing 2 videos a week for now. Hopefully 3. We might get up to 3 if I'm crazy. I don't know if I'm crazy though. But appreciate all the love, all the support. I'm really trying to grow, really trying to grind. Almost at that 60K bag. So hopefully we get there soon. Let me know what else you want to see. I know people wanted to see Togen Anki. I'm gonna try to do that next week. Hopefully, I'm really gonna try to do that. Haikyuu I've seen. Hell's Paradise was out. Told y'all it was coming. I gotta do Attack on Titan season 4 too. And yeah, if you want me to keep doing One Piece, I'll keep doing One Piece. If you want me to keep doing Gachi, I'll do Gachi. If you want Lord of the Mysteries, let me know. That one's gonna take longer, but shit, let me know. And yeah, second channel coming very soon. Be on the lookout for it. Maybe the week after, next week. Maybe. But yeah, appreciate y'all boys and girls. I'm gonna catch all y'all in the next video. Peace.